yogis, and welcome to your practice and welcome to the Yoga Ranger Studio. Today we are working with a very special happy hour practice, one that when you feel really exhausted, maybe you've had a really big day, a lot of meetings, a lot of things going on, a lot of things in your schedule, and you just feel tired. You're tired. And you would like to be able to move into your evening and have a little bit of energy and feel a little bit softer and kind of let go of that exhaustion, that mental exhaustion as well as that physical exhaustion, and just take care of yourself. So this is kind of a take care of yourself kind of practice. We're going to move through the entire body, but we're going to do it all on the floor. So the only things you need for this practice, the blanket is purely optional for your comfort. You don't have to have it. I just find I like a blanket for comfort. A block you will definitely need for one of our poses, but you can also use a rolled up towel or beach towel or a stack of books for that as well. So we'll take that block off to the side as we come all the way down onto our backs. So you're going to bring the bottoms of the feet together, either close to the hips or far away, your choice here, and let those knees fall out to this side. We're going to take the arms up a little bit above the head. And this may feel really kind of weird. You may feel like your back is pulling away if you bent over something all day, and we often do with electronics. If you want, you can interlace those fingers above your head with the fingers sticking straight up so the palms are face up. And just settle into this pose for a few breaths. We're just opening up the chest and the upper back. We've been bent over forward a lot of our day, and we want to just open up the space and take some nice deep breaths. So inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth 3 times here. Maybe a nice deep sigh. And then let your breath go back to inhaling and exhaling through the nose if you can. Notice if your breath is belly, chest, collarbones, and focus on bringing it into all those spaces to clear out and refresh the body as a whole, making use of our entire lung capacity. One more deep inhale and exhale. Here, taking your hands alongside the hips, you're going to keep your knees where they're at. We'll take a few breaths here. Noticing if your breath is a little bit more open and there's a little more space. Now beginning to focus on extending that exhale just a little bit longer. As we extend that exhale, we move into our parasympathetic nervous system, that rest and digest part of our nervous system. Many of us have probably spent our day in our sympathetic nervous system, our fight or flight or react. It's what our lives often require a lot from us. Allow the breath to move through the body and release that tension. last deep inhale and exhale. Maybe exhaling through the mouth. Taking the hands to the outside of the hips, pressing those knees toward one another. You're going to walk your feet a little bit wider, as wide as the mat, or maybe even a little bit wider than that. And just start to windshield wiper the knees side to side. Maybe adding a little more depth each time you drop to the sides. And when you next get over to the left, you're going to drop those knees and just let them fall over to the left. You can take your right arm out to the right, left hand to your belly or out to the side. Just letting everything get a little soft here. Notice where you feel yourself holding tension, whether that be in the hips, or the chest, or the arms, or the inner leg. Breathe in to make some more space here. Let gravity pull you wherever it needs to. And just relax into the pull. Just one more minute here. Start to turn your head back to center. Bring those knees back through the middle. Here again, just rocking those knees side to side, finding a little movement here. Going a little deeper each time you go. When you next get over to the right, drop those knees, this time over to the right. Maybe taking that left arm out to the left, right hand to your belly. Turning and looking over your left shoulder or straight up. Notice your breath. Notice if your breath is becoming shallow again, and just start to spread that breath into the belly, chest, collarbones. Letting that extended exhale just soften and release. Starting to turn your head back to center, engage your core, bring those knees back through the middle. This time you're going to walk the feet a little bit closer together. And you're going to wrap that right leg over that left, right above the knee. And go ahead and bring those knees into your chest for a supine shoelace. Grab whatever you can. That could be your knees, your ankles, your shins, your feet. And just gently pull those knees into the chest, using biceps and triceps here. Allow gravity to pull those knees in a little bit more. Not putting too much effort here, just allowing the weight of the knees to come into the chest. Just a few more breaths. Whatever hold you have, just go ahead and release those legs. Unwind, let those knees drop together, feet a little bit wider. Just take a few breaths here. Notice whatever sensations come up. Paying attention to the feeling of left versus right. How each side may be experiencing the pose and the space after the pose. Rocking your head side to side a time or two. And switching sides, taking that left leg over the right, pulling those knees into the chest, settling into your pose here, hanging on to whatever you can. Feet, shins, knees. Just a few more breaths. Gently release whatever hold you have and let those feet come down, unwind. Take the feet wide, knees together, hands to the belly. Take a few breaths here. Gently walking the feet toward one another. You're going to pull those feet in a little bit closer toward the hips and take hold of your block. We're going to use the lowest setting, so the flattest side. Lift the hips, slide that block underneath so it's right underneath the sacrum or the back of the pelvis, not the lower back. You can stay here in this pose, or you can start to slide those heels out one at a time, as straight or as bent as you need them to be. I like to take my hands up overhead, but you can keep the hands alongside the hips, or you can take the arms up overhead. If you find this is too much for your back at any point, you can always bend those knees a little bit or a lot. Just a few more breaths here. Slowly start to drag one heel at a time so your foot is flat, knee is bent. You can slide those arms down alongside the hips. You're going to press through the bottoms of the feet, lift the hips, take that block off to the side. Very slowly come all the way down. Maybe rock your knees a little bit side to side. And our last pose before Shavasana, walk those feet out. You're going to take them over to the right. Here you can choose to cross that left leg over the right or the right leg over the left, so right across in the ankles. Hips flat on the floor, move the upper body over as well. Take those arms up overhead. Grab hold of that left wrist with that right hand or left elbow if you want a little bit more. Nice deep banana pose here. Breathing into that left side body all the way from the feet, all the way up through the left fingertips. If this is too much for your arm or shoulder, you can always rest that arm out to the side in a V or out to the side in a T shape. Just one more minute here. Starting to release whatever hold you have on your arms, taking those hands back alongside the hips, upper body back into flat shape. Moving those heels wide on the mat, taking a few breaths here just to notice whatever sensations happen after the pose is over. Notice how that left side body fills all the way up from the foot through the fingertips of the left hand. And then gently shifting over to the other side. Here again, you can take the outside ankle across the inside or the inside across the outside. Moving the upper body over just a little bit, keeping the hips flat on the floor, arms up overhead or out to the side in a V or a T. Grabbing hold of that right wrist this time with the left hand or right elbow or forearm. And just allowing that shape to happen naturally. Breathing into the right side body, the right lungs. Just one more minute here. Slowly start to release your hands. Take the hands alongside the hips. Move the upper body back into place, feet back into place on either side, and just settle into Shavasana. Feeling supported by the ground beneath. Feeling the shift in the energy throughout the body from when you started this practice until now. Feeling that release from the tension of the day, the exhaustion of the day. Allowing yourself to feel rested and supported. you have more time for Shavasana, please stay as long as you can. But if this is all the time that you have, walk those heels together, take the arms up overhead, stretch the fingertips, stretch the toes, take a nice deep inhale. And exhale, roll over to your right side, taking a breath here on your right side. Slowly pressing yourself up to whatever seated position you like best. Eyes closed or gaze soft. On an exhale, drop those fingertips down to the ground. Inhale, sweep the hands all the way up overhead. Palms together, open your eyes. Exhale, hands to heart. Peace and namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice today. I hope this helped you transition from a tiring, exhausting day, mentally, emotionally, and physically, to a little bit more softness, a little more rest for you. There are more happy hour practices, so if you would like to take a look for those on the YouTube channel, just type in Happy Hour Yin Yoga and they will pull right up on the channel, or you can just search on my channel for Happy Hour Yin Yoga. There's also a playlist listing these with lots of different choices for whatever you might need to transition from your day life to your home and personal life. If you would like to join me for more practices, and I do hope you will, please take a look at the yogaranger.bhx.tv. There is a link up above and down below with more information. There is a free trial, so you can take a look around and see what you can see. There are all of these YouTube videos all available there without ads. Also new practices available there that are members only every single week. Monthly practice calendars, live calls, online courses, live workshops, and live practices now. So lots of things available for you there. Take a look around, see if there might be a place to help nourish your yin side, and I hope to see you again either here on YouTube or at the yogaranger.bhx.tv. Have a great day.